Hi, it's Sally. I'm back. Thanks for tuning into my channel again. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to continue with making this little file folder flip journal. And in this video, I want to show you the papers that I've used. In my Christmas ones, I used primarily this Old Winter small pad as well as the large one. So I used that for some of the papers for the backgrounds. And I also used some pieces from the Paper Studio 12 Days of Christmas, this pad, which has some nice pieces. I really like this Christmas tree print. And, I just like all of them, actually. And let's see. And then I found late in the day this Paper Studio Winter Wonderland pad, and I really like it. It's 8.5 by 11, and I love this tree piece. I like these. I like all of these, actually. These are really nice pieces, and I've enjoyed using them. This is the big pad, as I said. And then I also later found this beautiful, I just love the colors in this particular a pad. It's also Paper Studio Ornamental Christmas. This is cardstock. It's only on one side, which is good for this book because we cut them. But I love these pages. This is a pretty set of papers. So I'm going to use some of those in this tutorial that I'm showing you how to do the papers now. So I thought that would be maybe a little helpful to you to know where I got my papers. Now I have picked the sheets, and I'm going to show you why. The cover doesn't have to match really anything. And so, except maybe the picture that you're going to put on the front. I've chosen this Christmas tree image, and I've chosen this paper, and I'm going to use that for the cover, and I think this image is going to go fine on it. And then, of course, I'm going to use cheesecloth and all the other stuff to decorate with. I'm not going to do the cover right this minute, but that is what's going to be on the cover. Also, the cover, I think, needs to, somehow I pick my paper, my marbled paper for the little booklet, the little ledger that I make for the middle. I kind of let that match the cover too in some way. It doesn't matter because you're not looking at both of them at the same time, so I don't know why I do that. Okay, so when you open up the first page of the booklet, you get this flip down, you know, and that's page 1. And so I have selected this paper for page 1. Then the paper on this page next to it, before you flip it down, has to match it. And so I've selected this paper because I think the colors go together quite well. In fact, I think both of these sheets might have come from that one book. No, I don't think they did. This one book. No, you'd be surprised what pieces work together after you pull papers out. So anyway, okay. So that matches. All right. Now, this piece, which is going to be on the flip down piece, doesn't have to match anything else because you turn it down and you can't see it. So it only has to match this page next to it right here. All right, this page right on this side. Okay, so we fold that down. Now, you have to have, for these pages, now see, I've already selected this paper for this side, but there are 3 pages here that need to go together, these 3 pages. So I've selected already this paper. I chose this red paper for this side, and I chose a plaid to go down here. Now, you may not like how they go together, but I do. So, and it's my book. So when you do your book, you can pick what you want to see on yours. You can't see that very well at the bottom, then it's really hard. Okay, so these are the 3 that I've picked to go together. All right, and so I'm going to fold this back up against that, just so I can keep in mind what papers I've picked out. And I'm going to turn this page that goes on here. This goes on here. Turn it over. Now I have some different paper to pick out. I have to pick out pages that will go together on these two. Now this one is the flip down sheet. This one is the one that flips down. So it has to go, I've picked this paper, and it has to go with this one. And I think that works all right. It doesn't clash or anything like that. It works pretty good. I'm going to use the music section here. There's a little piece that has music, and I'm going to use that. Okay, and so then when you flip this down, this doesn't have to match anything else. But this paper, I'm going to turn it around this way. This paper on this page has to match this side of this one and this side of this one. So I've selected this to go up here, and I think that works. And I've selected this Christmas paper to go down here. Now, I think that looks fine together. Can you see those? Can you see those? I don't know. Maybe I need to lift it up a little bit if it's possible. These three to go together. Now, there is one more thing I consider when I select these papers, and that is that with the view of the three of them, that at least one of them is pretty wintry Christmas looking. Now, this one is because it's red and green, but this one has snowflakes, and so, so, you know, I consider that Christmas. So, all right, so I've picked my pages. Now then, what I'm going to do, let's see what this is. Yeah, this is the extra one. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave and go cut my papers. And how I'm going to do that is, let me just show you on this one little section right here, this page. If I'm going to cut the paper for this, let's say I'm going to cut this. I'm going to decide which side I'm going to use. I mean, you know, which edge of the paper I'm going to use. And I think since the music background goes this direction, I'll use this. And I want to make the paper come off the edge here and off the edge here and off the edge there, so we can fold it over and the edges of the book then here will be pretty. These edges will be pretty. So in order to do that, I have measured the book, and if I can find my measurements under these books again, here it is. It's 5 1/8 by 5 1/2. No, that's not right. It's 6 5/8 by 5 1/2. I don't know if you can read that. 6 5/8 by 5 1/2. But really, you don't even have to measure. You just have to put it up here. I want it on all sides. I want it to come up taller than this. I want it to come out here and out here and out here. So really, all I need to do is put a mark here and a mark down here, and then cut out that paper, and it'll be bigger than all of it. So I'm going to go cut those pages so you can see how they look when I get through cutting them, and I shall be right back. Okay, I have all the papers cut now, and you can see they're they're easier to manage right now. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? Magically, the cover has been put on and cut to trimmed to fit. And these pages have been done. What a magic trick that was. Not really. I got this far into the video before I realized it wasn't videoing at all. So I was talking to you and gluing things and cutting things and going on my merry way, and then I realized, when I finally decided to look, I realized it wasn't taping. So let me just show you the things that I did. You know, when I was picking this paper, it was hard to see because the paper was so big. And after I cut it, you could see here that I put these 3 on to match. I put this one on this side to match, to kind of go with this. I didn't want it to clash or anything. And also with what was sticking out here, although I may decorate that. And then I got over this far. So let me show you how I did it by doing this side. I'm going to put the back cover on. Now, if this were folded up, the back cover would be right here, and that's what I'm going to put here. So let me open to that and open this up, and there's where the back cover is going to go. Now notice that I cut the paper larger at the top and on the sides and at the bottom and along this side too. Larger, a little bit larger, about a ½ inch is enough. I think I went overboard a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on here, glue it onto there, and then start folding things over. The reason I want them to go past the page is that when I put another page in here, I just want it to come up to here so that when you fold, there's not 2 pages trying to fold together and they get really ugly looking. It works way better if one of them has been put across and the other one goes up to it. So let me show you, for example, on the front cover, I did not go around. I cut it exactly the size because I had put this one on first. So it goes up under there. So I put this. Now I did wrap it around to what's going to be the inside of the pocket. I wrapped it around so that the edge looks pretty. See how that looks? And then I did not wrap it around the tab. But it looks okay. You can see it's raw. I'm going to ink that up and it'll be fine. So it doesn't really matter if you roll it over, but I think it looks pretty when you do. I rolled this red piece over and then cut the green piece to a plaid piece right up to the edge. So you see you have a little rollover. It looks nice, I think. But you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. I'm going to do it that way, though. All right, so I'm going to do the back cover first. I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to get the rest of the book out of the way, too. And I'm going to put glue in on the cover, on the back cover. So I'm going to glue it. See, this is how much fun I was having before. I was just gluing to beat the band and talking to you guys and having a wonderful time. And I realized, oh no, you weren't there. You hung up on me. Not really. My bad, my bad. But it's nothing to you. You didn't have to sit through it for nothing, just me. So here I go. I'm going to decide what I think looks like the top of this, which doesn't matter, does it? All right, and then I'm going to put it on, turn it over, make sure it's sticking up here and sticking up down here, fairly straight, sticking up over here, fairly straight. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's that. That's lovely. I noticed as I was over on this side that this little piece doesn't have any glue in it, and I'd like to have some glue in it. So I'm going to stick some glue down in there so that it will glue down and won't be in the way of the pocket later on. Okay, so got a little extra glue there. A little extra glue never hurt anybody. Just wipe it up. Wipe it up. Okay, now, oh, you can tell I had said before, you didn't hear it, but it was that you can tell that I'm a veteran Fabri-Tac user because I put the lid right on immediately, and that's because if you've used Fabri-Tac, you know that as it gets lower and lower in the bottle, if you leave the top off, it starts bubbling out and wasting your glue, and it's too expensive to be wasting it. So I'm going to start folding things over. Let's see, what am I going to do? Actually, this one goes right over here, so I'm just going to put some glue on that. Uh-oh, but I don't want this little piece to be folded over that page. So I'm going to make a little cut right here. Or maybe you can't see that. I hope you could see that. I said I didn't want to fold it over like this and have this little piece showing on this page. So I'm going to cut right here. I'm going to make a little slit so that when I glue this up, it won't go over to that page. Okay, so I actually need to cut some of this off too. You know how you bind books and you kind of cut off the corners? I think I did this before. I'm just going to cut the little corner off like that. And then I'm going to pull this up. I didn't have to do that because that was on another page. Oh well, you know, you got to be mechanically minded to see where all these pieces are going to go. So I'm going to put a little glue on this, down the groove there, and just kind of out to the edge. And then put the top back on, and then fold it over. There we go, that's lovely. Okay, so that's on that page, and it folds nicely. That's good. All right, so then let's put the one back here on this page. And then again, I don't want this little piece to be hanging along, so I'm just going to cut it right off. Cut that little square out. And I'm going to, let's see, where will this one be? This one will fold down. This one will also be cut out, this little square right here, so that it won't have to fold over the page either. Oops, didn't get it all out. Okay, that's good enough for now. I can shape it up a little bit later. Okay, so then this will fold over onto that nicely, onto the part that's going to eventually become the pocket, you see, and the edges will look nice. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down quickly. Oh, that's already glued. Hello, where am I then? Oh, okay, the bottom. All right, so I'm going to go along here and just kind of follow the shape of the card and cut off some of this so that I don't have so much to worry about. Okay, and so what I'm going to do on the edge here is I'm just going to make a little cut right here and a little cut right here. And that way I can fold this little piece up and glue it. And then when I fold this over, that'll be nicely done. I'm gonna have to do, okay, let me do some of that. Let me glue this little piece. Let me glue this little piece right here. Get that over. Okay, there we go. And then I think I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna cut some of that off because it's sticking over. Okay, so let me glue that side down. I hope I'm gluing it in the right spot. I'll pick it up in a minute and see. I tell you, I get confused putting these pages together. Okay, let's see if I did the right thing. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, and I can glue this down because this is where, let's see, this is going to go up like this, and then it's going to go over, and this is going to be inside the pocket. So I'm going to glue the inside of the pocket down. Okay. I like using this Fabri-Tac glue because it's fast grab. I mean, it really grabs it quickly and doesn't come apart so easily. So that's nice for the tutorial, but it's also nice when you're working with it. All right, so this is going to go like this. So I'm almost done with the cover, but not quite. It looks like it, but I'm not, because this, when we flip it down, this is still not done. So I'm gonna have to just figure out just for the heck of it, how to do this. I'm going to make this little cut right here so that that doesn't cause me a problem. I'm just cutting off a little bit more of that paper. Now then, obviously, if I try to fold this up, this is not going to work right here. So I'm going to make a straight cut here so that this will fold up like that. And I'm going to cut this little corner off. I don't know why. I just think it looks better. And I'm going to glue that there. And then, how will I do this? I will try to do the little fan cut again over the corner so that I can just pull the corner up. Hey, how about that? Now this is not going to work right here. It's got to be cut. Just make it up as you go along. Make it up as you go along. I'm going to cut that, and that'll go like that, and that'll be good enough. And then this one will fold over everything. Okay, I think that'll work. Can you see where I cut? I just cut in the corners because the corners won't bend. And so I'm going to put a little glue here. I'm going to fold that flap over. Let it grab. Got a little extra glue. Get glue on my fingers and then it's tough to do anything else. Alright, and then I'm going to glue this little middle piece down. And these two little pieces. I just cut them, slid them in the middle because they weren't pulling up all the way. So, there I have it. It's not gorgeous, but it's good enough. And I'll do this little piece and pull it over. Now, that was complicated. When I could have just cut it right at the edge. I could have done that and then just inked to the edge of it. So you may not want to do all that for this side. But it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. And then when I cut the page that goes here, I will cut it to fit exactly around all of this. And then maybe I'll come over to the bottom here. Okay, so what page, let's see, this paper goes here. Goes here. Which way are those notes? Yeah, this paper's gonna go here. And I'm going to wrap it around a little bit, but it's going to butt up to this. It can't wrap around that because I've already glued the, see, it can't wrap around back here because I've already glued the paper on. So this has to come straight to the edge. This will come straight to the edge here. And then I can make it wrap around the other three sides. Okay. So, since it's going to be right at the edge there, this is a little long down here. I'm going to cut it off. You see how things can just be eyeballed? Well, I didn't do that very straight at all, did I? Excuse me. Okay, now I want this to be in the corner here. So I'm going to pull it down. Pull it over. That's the way it's going to go, okay? All right, so I'm going to put glue on the page. Going to put glue on the page. Hey, it didn't bubble up. What's up with that? Made a liar out of me, didn't it? Believe me, it does it sometimes. So I'm putting glue right where the paper goes. Just going to zigzag a little glue on there. La, la, la. This is when I could use a radio, couldn't you? But I'd have to be able to blink it off and on so that I could talk to you over it. Okay, and then I'm going to put this paper is going to go this way. Is it? Yes. That's the top. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put it right up to the fold. Where is the fold? There it is. All right, so I'm going to put it right up to the fold. Pull it right up to the edge. Come on, baby. Pull up. Pull up to the edge. There you go. Okay. And then just make sure it's rubbed on. Okay? Okay, now you see I don't have this even. I didn't measure anything. I'm just going to cut this off too because that's a lot of paper. And that's enough to wrap around it. And then I'm going to cut this corner. Try it straight. See what happens. Almost straight. Did you see how I did that? I cut here and here. Okay, and I'm going to put a little glue on it. I'm really living dangerously, leaving that glue uncapped. But that's okay. I'm using it pretty quickly here. Okay. Uh-oh, I didn't cut that side. Let me pull this over. There we go. And then let me cut this edge. I think since it's a right angle, I can just scoop this in a little bit and come right on out here. And I just make that sort of a corner cut just to get rid of some of that paper. And then this will glue up just like this. And then that one will glue down also. So there you have it. Now, better put the top on it. Where is the top? Better put the top on it this time. All right, fold this over. I think I could cut that corner off a little bit more. Okay, that's not going to show anyway. None of this is going to show. I'm going to be putting papers on here. This is the paper I'm putting up here. And I'm going to let this paper come down onto this page, but not up here. I'll have to cut it off even. So it'll have to be even here. And then I'll cut it after I get it glued on. I'll cut it all around this. And then it can come down. It doesn't need to come down that far. I think I'll cut it right here. Get some bigger scissors. Yeah, I think I'll cut it right here. Okay, so it's going to go on there like this and come down to be the fold right there. Okay? All right, so let's put some glue on that page. Let's see if I'm still taping. I think I am. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I'm such an idiot. I'm an idiot child. And I didn't think it was taping, but it was. That's okay. I'll just add to it. All right, so I was about to put this page on. And because this is glued over, and this is glued over, I'm going to put it right up to the edge here and right up to the edge here. And then I'll glue it down over this page and it'll be able to go up like that. Then I'll cut the rest off after I've glued it on. But I'm going to put the glue on here. Gonna put the glue on. And it's going to come down here a little ways too, that's right. And So let's get the glue going everywhere, everywhere. This is the way we glue our book, glue our book, glue our book. Well, I have to entertain myself. Okay, oops, there's a big old glob of glue coming out. See what I tell you? I gotta put the top on, gotta put the top on. All right, now, so I'm ready. I'm gonna put this right up at the edge here, and right up at the edge there, right up to the edge, and right up to the edge. And let's see, okay, now let's get the extra glue off. What did I do with my, here it is in the floor. Get the extra glue off. And that will make a nice little fold right there. Okay, there we go. Now then, let's flip it over and trim it off. And because this paper has come around, remember when I did all that fancy cutting and gluing, I can just cut this one off right up to the edge. I keep working closer and closer to my lap, and I realize the camera is not filming my lap. So hopefully you didn't miss too much. And I'm going all the way up. And see how that looks. That's all right. It's just all right. Okay, so now let's get this last piece going. Which way is the background? The background is music, and it looks like it's this direction. And so this one is going to go right up against, and I've wrapped these over, so this is going to go right up against, I'm going to cut it at the exact size of the page. It's going to be right here. And be sure that that's a good place on the fold. Yes, it is. And then I'll be cutting it off right there and right there. So maybe I should. Maybe I should cut it off. I think I'll cut it off before I glue it. What do you think? I'm gonna just kind of fold it here where it goes, right up to the edge. Yep, right there is gonna be a cut. And I'm gonna use my rotary cutter thing here. It's not rotary, is it? Anyway, gonna cut it. Gonna put it, hello? I can't see that. So here's how I do it. If I can't see it, I just fold it up and put a little mark on it. A little mark on it. And I'll fold up this side and put a little mark on it. And then I can see it. Then I can see what I'm doing. Oops. Get in there, please. All right. Now let's cut right down that. Let's see how it does. Does it fit? It fits. It's going to go up this far, though. It fits that way, sort of. I don't know. It needs to be cut off another little bit. Another little bit. See how I just eyeball things? I'm telling you the truth. This is going to go right here, and that's going to be just right. And then this is going to go. Oops. Let me get it back again. I like to fold it up and make sure it's where it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. Okay. And then I'm going to fold this up where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to mark it. And mark it on this end and cut it right off. Didn't get the ink cut off where I marked it. Okay. Now then, that should fit pretty well, except for one thing. Let's see, which way does the music go? This way. Okay, I'm going to put this. It's going to go up here. I did get it cut off. Let me check that out again. If it folds up like this, is that going to fold the paper? No. All right, great. So I know where to glue it. This little corner right here on the end is kind of scooped around or has a little cut across it. So I'm going to do the same thing with this paper. I'm going to just follow that cut. Cut it off like that. So it will look like this. You can see that? Can you see that? Okay. All right. So I think we're ready to put the glue on the last part, and we'll have all the pages glued on. So let's get a little glue on here. Oops, went off the road there. Off the road. Gluing is not my favorite part. But a necessary part, right? Right. You guys having okay weather? We're having a cold spell. I mean, it's supposed to be cold now, I guess. It's December, but it's Texas, and we're really cold today. I wore boots and gloves and a scarf and all that to church this morning. Good grief. Okay. I'm pulling this up and over to be kind of even on all the sides and hope I can get some of that extra glue off. I don't want to glue the pages closed. Oops. Okay. All right. Now, when I fold this, is it going to be okay? I believe it will. I believe it will. Okay. Now, probably should use a bone folder on that, maybe. Or you know, you can just use the end of your scissors if your bone folder's not right in reach. I see some paper sticking out here I don't like. Let me trim that off. You see this little bit of white showing right here. I'm going to cut that off if I can get a grasp of it. Get a grasp on it. Can't seem to do it. I hear it. I hear it. Cutting. Well, that didn't work great. Okay. One more little scoop. All right. Okay. Now let's fold this up and see how it looks. Yeah, I'm going to need to use the bone folder on my little edges here because they're just not working out. Now you see this paper tore here. Can you see that? It tore. But that's not going to matter because I'm going to put some lace or paper lace or something around the spine of the book. And that'll be covered up. So that's not a problem. And I need to ink the edges. But there's my first. And here's what's going to be the pocket when I get it glued. It's going to be the pocket right in here. And then this side flips down and then it closes like this. And that's my book. And now I just need to decorate it. So I'm going to stop here and we'll make another video for the decoration. Hey, I appreciate you sticking in there with me and watching this. If you've lasted this long, you get a medal or something because Wow, it's been quite a journey here. Okay, and you can stop here if you want to. You can stop here if you want to, because you can do your own decorating. I'm going to put this little Christmas tree picture in here. I'm going to put some cheesecloth under it, and I'm going to put some burlap ribbon under it. I'll probably put something on the tag. I'm going to put some little wooden embellishments on the cover, and then I'm going to go on and figure out what I'm going to do here. Now, one thing I know is that here, when you open it up, the first page on the left, I'm going to put a pocket right here so that I can put my little book of instructions in there. Okay, but that'll be in the next video. All right, see you guys later. Thanks so much for coming by. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.